Hello, first graders. Today is June 2nd, 2020. It is Tuesday. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at some story problems and we're going to review using our strategies to solve them. So let's look at the first one. The first one says, Mrs. Draper and Miss Chen were at the beach. Mrs. Draper saw 8 seagulls. Miss Chen saw 4 seagulls. How many seagulls did they see all together? So before we go ahead and write the equation, what I want us to do is take a pause and look at the story problem a little bit closely. And what I want us to pay attention to is, what is this story problem about? This story problem is about Mrs. Draper and Miss Chen looking at seagulls. And what numbers do you notice, or what numbers do you see? I see the numbers 8 and 4. Good. Now, what are we going to do with these numbers? Are we going to add or are we going to subtract? And how do you know? We're going to add because I see the words all together. So whenever I see the words all together, as a reader, that's telling me that the author wants me to add. So let's go ahead and write our equation on a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Make sure that it matches your story. So I should see an 8, I should see a 4, and a sign and a plus. So we got that. Give yourself a pat on the back. And then go ahead and solve it. And remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. And whenever you're ready, show me. Nice job. So they saw 12 seagulls. All right, let's look at the next problem. So Mr. M did 10 jumping jacks. Mr. A did 5 jumping jacks. How many jumping jacks did they do in all? What is the story about? The story is about Mr. M and Mr. A doing jumping jacks. That is correct. What numbers do you notice? I notice 10 and 5. Good. And is this an addition problem or a subtraction problem, and how do you know? So let's go ahead and write our equation. So we should see the number 10. I should see the number 5, and let's go ahead and solve it. All right. If you got 15, give yourself a pat on the back. So they did 15 jumping jacks. So that is the end of today's math lesson. As always, be safe, be kind, wash your hands, and I will see you on Thursday.